Hello world, it's Jennifer from the patio. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped by today. So today is Let's Get to Crafting, and so we are going to make these Matchbox flip outs with grommets. I really like these for a journal. Okay, it gives you lots of writing space. It gives you an area. This, you can turn this, even though it has lines, and write this way. I always like to put a belly band of some sort at the end just to put an extra little bit of paper in. So there's that. This one's pretty. I put some of my avocado paper in that one. And I love this paper. And then I put just a little belly band with some extra paper in this one. Very simple, but I really like them. But here's what I'm going to do, because I have a show that's coming up. I have one in March and one in May. I'm going to make them 7 by 4 1/4, because all of these, the way they're folded, they're going to be 4 1/4. So, but we're going to make ours 7 inches high. So we're going to have a 7-inch high by 4 1/4 little flip out. And we're probably going to put some little goodies in there. Maybe a pocket or a side tuck or something to add a little bit more so that it can be Happy Mail. So I'm making some cards and some Happy Mail to go to take with me to my show. So here is what we're going to do. First of all, let me just tell you what you need. You're not going to need a whole lot for this. You're going to need 12 by 12 paper, because you need to have the length of 12 in order to get the right folds. So you need 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. You're going to need a punch, a decorative punch. So however you want to do the corners, you'll have that. You're going to need some grommets, a crocodile or something, so that you can put the grommets in. These are the ones I use. Don't ask me. I just got them on Amazon. Craft Me More. That's the company. Craft Me More. But these are my favorite. This is pretty much all I use, unless I'm using some kind of a colored one or whatever. So you're going to need that. And then you're also going to need a hole punch. I do not use this because the hole's not big enough for the grommets that I use. So I use this kind of a hole punch. And then you're going to need a scoreboard. So you're going to need a score tool. And then a pencil, of course, if you're going to mark anything. So those are the tools that you need. So go ahead and gather those. And let's get started. Okay, I'm putting all of that aside. And you know me, I'm putting it right back in the place that it goes so that I know where it is. So I thought this was pretty for spring. And so I have a show in March, and so I thought, well, this would be nice and pretty. And we can embellish it. Oh, look how pretty that is. Now, you don't have to use one-sided. You could use, a double-sided. And maybe we'll make 2 today. One of each. But I'm looking at these colors, and I like it. That one would be pretty. Let's use this one. Okay, because it doesn't have like it going up the side or whatever, but it does have it just at the bottom. So let's do our first one with this piece of paper. Now remember, if it's directional, you are going to have to put it in a certain way. Of course, this one is probably okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut it down to, if I can get the little, thank you. We're going to cut this down to 7 inches. So we're going to do 7. And it's going to be just perfect for Happy Mail, for someone to send this in the mail. And funny enough, I get quite a few people that like these cards. So, and I say cards, but they're Happy Mail to be able to send. Okay, so then we're going to get our scoreboard out. And I put mine upside down. So just remember, as you do your score marks, on the right-hand side is going to be where you have your small flap. Okay? So this one is going to have this flap on this side, just so you know. So if you want your flap to be on this side, then you're going to put your paper upright, if that makes sense. Some people are left-handed or right-handed. It could be, depend on what side of the journal you put it in if you're making this for your journal. So just think about that, okay? But I do mine upside down because I like my flap to be on the left-hand side. But that's just me. You do you. But, okay, so for a 12 by 12, we're going to have it in and we're going to score it 3, 6 1/2, and 10 3/4. See, so that's our flap. Okay, so there we go. And then what we're going to do is, I know you know what I'm going to say. Well, for one, we're going to fold it up. But we are going to, and I'm trying to make sure that I line it up before I actually press this down. Let me get my bone folder. I'm just making sure that it aligns well. And then this is the flap. Get down. So see this flap right here, this space is where we're going to put the grommets. Okay, so that way you have space. You can see, if you see there, it's just a little bit. That's like 3/4 of an inch that gives us space to be able to put those grommets, so that when they're in there, it's going to hold this in underneath it. Okay, so that's pretty. That's nice. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, I'm going to round the corners on this because I can and because I want to. Get out of there. Okay, we're going to round the corners. And I'm not worried about the other one. So I want this one to go this way. So now I'm going to do my inking. Just real quick, just on this one spot. So how's everybody doing today? It is supposed to be cold and rainy tonight. Right now it's like 60 something here in Texas, in southern Texas. But yeah, I'm kind of really enjoying this cold weather. I mean, I used to wish the seasons away. Like, oh, I wish it wasn't so cold, or I wish this, or, I mean, here in Texas, we have more heat than we do anything else, so, and humidity. So I like the cold. I enjoy it. And I went walking the other day, and, you know, well, I've been walking, but it was just really cold. But I love the weather. So I'm glad it's going to be funky. It's good weather. I'm making chili tonight. I made zuppa toscana last night, and my husband and I, he ate. We finished the whole pot. I mean, seriously, he ate almost all of it. So he must have really enjoyed it. But I used the kale from our garden, and I love that we can do that. So, but yeah, I love this kind of weather because, you know, I love comfort food and all of that good stuff. So, okay, I can worry about inking that later. So, well, maybe right here. Maybe right here, okay? Just want to make sure that because I won't be able to get that little grommet thing up. Yeah. Okay. So, we are inked and ready to rumble. So, I'm going to measure, I'm going to put that down. I'm going to measure where I want the grommets to go. And I'm doing it here. You know, I think I'm going to take them in just a little bit. Okay, let me get my pencil because I want it there and I want it here. Okay, and then I want it to be about 1/2 inch up. 1/2 inch up. And I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to mark it. I do not, like I said, I don't use my crocodile for this because the hole isn't big enough. So, oh, I guess I should, you know, kind of go in a little bit so I'll know what I'm doing. So I need one here. And 1, 2, 1, 2. And one here. Hopefully I can see that. Okay. Yes, perfect. It's going to give us that nice little hold on there. So I'm going to punch the holes maybe a little bit below that. A little, maybe I'll put it right on the... Okay, there's 1 and 2. Looks good to me. Okay, so that's going to be nice. Okay, I always say that. That's going to be nice. That's because I just love making jerk journals, and I just love all the stuff that goes in it. And I just love paper, and I just like flipping and flapping and pockets and all kinds of good stuff. So, okay. Isn't that pretty? That's a pretty orange. I like to put these backs on them too. Okay, so this is going to go like this. So this is actually the front part. So we're going to put our grommet here. And then our little backing, make sure that that is facing the right way. Then I'm going to get my crocodile and I'm going to give it some strong. Yes, yes, it's nice. Then I'll do the second one. And you can just sit and mass make these. I'm going to squeeze it a little bit more. You can sit and mass make. I just want to make sure that that is underneath. Yes. So look. So then we just, let me turn it the right way. You're just going to have this go in like that and hold it down nice and firm. And so, and there you go. So that is one down. And here's the thing is, this, dependent, I think I'm going to get, I've got some really pretty sari silk that's multicolored. So let me pull that out. And this paper, you don't really have to decorate much. Maybe put a word on there or some kind of a sentiment. So I have, that's purple. Ooh, blue and green. That'll be pretty. Blue and green. Let's do that. Okay. I keep everything in an original package because that way I don't have to worry about losing it. So here's the dark. I kind of like the dark blue. I think that's going to be pretty. Okay. So let's put this in. I'm not going to cut it yet because I don't know how long it's going to be. And the other thing is you don't want it too bulky if someone's going to use it for Happy Mail. But if you're using it for a junk journal, the more the merrier, right? The thicker, it's okay to do that. I like the dark blue. So we're just gonna tie it. Is that enough? I don't want too much of a hangover. just tie that in. Did I not get it right? Okay, let's try this again. I'm always trying to do it so that I can have the bow go in the same way, if that makes sense. You know, we all learn how to tie, but it doesn't mean the bow is gonna... Okay, that's not working. It's not working. Okay, so let's do this. Let's just do it the way I normally do it, which is like so, towards me. But if you want your bow, see how these are going to be on the outside and this one will be on the inside? That's okay. It's going to be a little bulky for Happy Mail, but I do like it for a journal. I don't know. I don't know if I do like it. I'm going to take it out and find something different. This is kind of bulky. Sorry Silk is just a little bit bulky. But I have baker's twine that will match and jute and all kinds of things. So that is not necessary for us to have to do that right now. Okay, so we have this other piece right here. So let's make another one. And then this one will be, you know, good neutral color. And then I can embellish it with all kinds of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to turn mine. I like to have the original edge at the top. Okay, so 3, 6 1/2, 10 3/4. Okay. And then we're going to fold and make sure our edges are nice and neat as we go. And you know what you could do, and I have done, is, and you know I love my punches, is to add a little decorative piece to the end. So let me get my trusty punch that I use all the time because I just like it. Let's go ahead and do that to this one. First we have to unlock it. Unlock it and get it ready to go. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I want to make sure I have it centered well enough. Okay. And then we're going to pull it over, and then we'll cut this side, and then we'll pull it over here. And we will... Yay! That looks good. Now let's see if it's still going to be... Ooh, I don't know. I mean, it's going to hold it down once we put our... But we're talking just a little bit. This punch does take quite a bit off. See, it takes that and then all the other little bits at the top. But let's just try it. Let's try it and see. I have used a punch before, but I probably gave myself some room on that. So let's ink. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing good. Hey, while I'm inking, let me just, you know, say I appreciate you coming to my channel. I'm just starting starting my little small business, semi-retired, and enjoying this new chapter in my life, and crafting, and starting a YouTube channel. And so anyway, if you like what you see and you enjoy coming and hanging out with me, I would love it if you would subscribe and push the like button. because it just helps me build my channel and helps me, well, you know the old algorithm thing and all of that. You know how that all works. So, but I appreciate it. I really do. I'm enjoying it and just having a fun time and just doing something different. You know, isn't it fun to do something that you love and do something different? I like it. Okay, I'm also going to get my bone folder down, and whenever I use my cutter, it kind of makes the edge pop up. Okay, so this is just a plain one. It can go either way depending on how we want to decorate it. So let's go ahead and punch those. And these I'm going to put just one. Uh-oh, it's that time. Sorry about that. I told you Bubba's favorite thing to do is to bark at the mailman. So anyway, I'm going to bring these in 1 inch on either side. And I kind of, you know, got it to where it's even. So I'm going to, first I'm going to put on my glasses. I had to take those off in order to, Bubba, don't. No, sir. Okay, so let's, yes. Okay, let's get our grommets out. See, we can just make quite a few of these in a short amount of time, you know. And then you can just, like I say, what I like to do is to have, you know, neutral ones. And then that way I can embellish them and put whatever I need to on them at the time that I'm going to use them. But I really like making the large ones for, you know, card making for people to send us, you know, happy mail. I got to put some muscle in it. It's like, man, that's a lot of work. And I don't know why. I have it on the right settings. When it pops, I know it goes in, but okay. So there we go. So see? And then of course this is just going to go like that. It's just so pretty. It's nice. So there's that. There's this one. And look, you get 2 out of 1 sheet. And if you're making them this size, which these are about 3 1/2, 3 3/4. So you can get 3 this size out of a 12 by 12 sheet. But I mean, it's nice to have 2. I mean, I like them a little bit bigger. And then you can just put you a nice little, either a, you know, a side tuck or a little pocket or a belly band, and then stick some coffee dyed paper or some avocado dyed paper in there. Okay, let's make another one. Okay, I'm going to do one that is double-sided with some of this beautiful peach paper. And guess what? I have some extra sheets right here that I could ooh, isn't that pretty? Remember we made cards a couple of weeks ago with these. So yes, let's do those. Those are pretty. And this is kind of, you know, color of my stuff or my journals. Okay, so we'll do this one first. I have to cut those off, so that's why I was looking at those, because we do not want those to have holes in them. Do we? No, we don't. So I'm gonna cut them one at a time, because you know what? Sure shooting, I'm gonna end up not. I'm gonna end up cutting something that doesn't need to be cut. Okay. There's one. And then I'm going to cut this one this way, because that felt awkward. Do you ever do something and you're like, well, that doesn't feel right? Because see, I usually push this over to the side to... It's so funny. We're like creatures of, you know, habit. which is good. I mean, to a certain extent, but okay, so there's that. Let me get my scoreboard out and we'll do that. So depending, like I said, if you wanted to open to the left or to the right, but remember, this is going to be where your little flap is. So, what did we say? 3, 6 1/2, 10 3/4. Okay? So we'll do this one up. I usually like to do it on the original cut from the company. Okay, 3, 6 1/2, 10 3/4. And then we're going to fold them. See, this one's not even. But guess what? I have a chomper, and I will chomp it. Chomp it up. That's such a pretty paper, isn't it? Okay. We're in a mass making mode right now. Mass making. Okay, let's do to where it's at 5, and we'll cut this off. Perfect. Okay. Yes, that looks good. I wonder if that is going to be, well, if that is going to be a problem on this one. We'll see. You'll start to know whenever you start folding it up whether or not, give it a good little burnish there. And then, nope, this one looks good. This one looks good. It does have a few little scragglies from, I guess, the cutting board that I can just kind of take care of. I just take my scissors and just kind of open them up and then just run it down like that, and it just takes off the little fibers that are hanging out that we don't want. See, all of those little fibers. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see, for this one I think I want to do a little decorative. So let me, because it's flowers, so you kind of want things to be a little different. These things shoot at me and I end up having them on my clothes whenever. See, that's pretty. I like it. Okay, so this is the pretty butterfly one. And you know what? We can do the same. So let's do that. And that. And they shot on me, and that's okay. And then let's ink. Let's ink. And I like that, see, you can use this for lines. Okay, let's ink. Get that, especially on this edge. I can always ink that later. Not everybody is an inker. Not everybody wants to ink. Not everybody wants to watch people ink. But it is necessary in some areas, just so that, I see, I can always ink that other part, but I can't always ink that. So let's just get these portions inked, and then oh, that's going to be down, so I don't really need that, but I do need this. But I do need this side. I just love this peach color. It's so pretty. Okay. All inked and ready to go. Yes. Okay, all we have to do is put the grommets in. So let's line it up, and let's see. I think I'm gonna do, in between. So I'm gonna do here. And here. Okay, that looks good. I might go up on a little bit higher than that to match this one, because I think this one was pretty perfect. Pretty perfect. While I have that out, let's do the same for these, and then we'll just do the grommets. This one is a little bit smaller. Okay, so we're going to go here and here. Here and here. That's what we're going to do. Here and here. Looks good to me. Okay, so there's that. And so now we need to get the old grommets out and put all my stuff up, because you know how I like to have that all done. Okay, so there's one. And that. Turn it over. I always put the male part on the front, and see, it's not, I think it's because of the thickness of this. I don't know if that's it, but I'm going to reinforce that and just hold it in, tighten it up a little bit. And then, I don't know why, unless it's off. You know, sometimes these just don't align right. Oh, but it's okay. I cannot waste my time with that. I do not need to waste my time. Let's see. Pretty perfect. Okay, there's one. And then we'll just slide that right in. Love it. I always say that. Love it. Okay, and then I'm really going to love this. I think this paper is just so pretty to me. And I love that green, that pastel green. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm going to try this again and see. I don't know why it's not acting right. It needs to get it together. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sometimes you don't realize what you're doing. I got to put some muscle in it, y'all. Got to get it down. Sissy. Some of you may know what that is, but if you're from Texas, you will. Okay. And then you're just going to put that in. And then we have this one. And then we have a plain one. And then we have our butterfly one. Simple, simple. You can't beat this. And the only thing is that when you mark them, you got to go back and erase the marks that you put on there. So I'm going to do it now. But I punched holes in all those. But okay. So that like these, it's plain. You could do it towards the right. You could do it towards the left. These are directional, so you can't do that. But that's what I like about having these, because then that way you can just put it however which way you want to. Well, thank you for stopping by today and just spending some time with me as we made our Matchbox flip outs with grommets. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, you only know what you know till you know something new. Bye-bye.